A very good evening. It's emerged the latest in a series of warnings about the structural safety of tower blocks built in the same way as Barton House was made as recently as last year. 400 residents living in the building in East Bristol were told to leave at short notice on Tuesday afternoon. And tonight, Points West has seen fire and electrical inspection reports that also show significant failings. Here's Martin Jones from our investigations team.
It's been another day of worry and uncertainty for people at Barton House after being evacuated suddenly from their homes.
We didn't know, and they tell us you can't leave anymore. You have to leave the house now. So we don't know where we're going to go.
The move came as a shock, but national campaigners have been worried about this type of building for years.
What we've discovered in recent years is that actually none of these blocks meet the requirements, that the resistance to disproportionate collapse that they should. And every investigation that's been carried out on these blocks since 2017 has found that the very same problem.
Now, when you look up at the side of this building, you can just about see a faint grid pattern. Those are the concrete slabs used in this LPS construction system. And those are what are causing the concern here. Barton House was built by what's known as a large panel system, strong slabs of concrete, stacked like this, a floor at a time. Simple enough to be built without scaffolding, cheap and easy when Britain was rebuilt after the war. But in 1968, part of this tower block in London, Ronan Point, collapsed after a gas explosion. And there have been problems more recently. Danielle herself was evacuated from the Ledbury estate in Peckham. The building has now been approved for demolition.
It's very traumatic to discover that your home is unsafe and at risk of collapse. It's not a nice feeling to have to pack your bags and leave a place that you've called home.
The government wrote to all councils to flag up concerns over LPS buildings in 2017. Bristol City Council said it had strengthened Barton House in the 1970s. But it now seems that wasn't the only warning. Today, the Guardian newspaper has published even more recent concerns. The paper says that senior advisors warned civil servants about the structure of buildings like this one only last year. The paper has published leaked notes showing there were concerns that some repairs hadn't been done and that the market was putting profit before safety.
They have to be dealt with. These large panel system blocks, they had defects from the onset, from the very beginning, and successive governments have known about this, but as I say, they've just pushed it back onto the local authorities, which doesn't get anyone anywhere, so it just rolls.
These warnings weren't specific to Bristol. They were made to government generally. But there are at least 4 other tower blocks in Bristol made using the LPS system. The council now has to work out whether they too are safe. Martin Jones, BBC Points West.